Are we good? Good morning, beauties. Welcome to my weekly live stream. This is my weekly Wanted or Don't series, which is basically like an anti-haul and a Will I Buy It series mixed in together, given my own name, and done in a live stream format. So I do it in a live stream format so you guys can jump on in the comments. You can let me know what you think of everything that we're going to be talking about today. And we just have a big old discussion about makeup. It's a great time. Yeah, it's a safe place for you to let me know your opinion on what we're going to be talking about today. I don't really care if you say you hate it, if you say you love it. It's totally your opinion, and it's also a safe place for me to share my opinion. And if you're watching the replay, by all means, share your opinion in the comments box. If there's any information about any of the brands or the products or anything like that that I haven't mentioned or that you think the community might want to know or need to know, by all means, sound off in the chat and the comment box if you are watching the replay. If you are here live, let me know that you are watching in the comments box. And I think that's about it. I think that's all we need to talk about before we get started. I will share my Instagram screen with you just shortly. As per usual, I'll let you know that I do follow a number of pages on Instagram. They are mainly Kat and Haley that run the channel Beauty News here on YouTube. They have an Instagram page. It's called Beauty News Official. I also follow Trend Mood for any gaps in the information on the Beauty News page. And I also follow Indie Makeup Spotlight, which is run by Amy from the channel Amy Loves Makeup here on YouTube. And she solely focuses on indie brands, so like single person owned brands or like not owned by a corporation. Anyway, we first have Stevie has joined us in the chat. Good morning to you, beautiful. I hope you are having a fantastic Sunday morning. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, go over here. I don't know why I always do this, but I always write new to get to Beauty News. Weird. Okay, and it seems like my internet is a little bit slow today, so you'll have to bear with. It might be a little bit laggy when you are watching the YouTube. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure why it's a bit laggy, but I've just noticed that it seems to be a little bit slower than normal today. So scrolling all the way down to, I don't want to talk about this, but it's new, so we have to talk about this. This is a new product from Lana Lips, and it is the Lip Water Watermelon product. This is their best-selling liquid lanolin lip water, now with a juicy holographic watermelon tint. Does it smell like watermelon? I'm assuming that it smells like watermelon, and I'm not about that life. I am not about that life. You guys know, all of you that are here live, you know how much I can't stand watermelon. So this is not for me. I will say it looks like a pretty color on the lips. It's just like a slight color to the lips with a bit of glitter, but everything in this promo is indicating that it smells like watermelon, and I'm not here for that. We have Carolyn. Carolyn has joined us this morning as well. Good morning, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to move on really quickly from that because, you know, I'm starting to feel a little bit queasy because watermelon makes me feel queasy. This right here is something that I am so on the fence about. I just don't know whether I'm going to pick this one up or not. I'm assuming that it's probably already sold out, but I am so on the fence about this. So this is the new palette from Melt Cosmetics. This is the She's in Parties 8-pan palette. So they've taken the She's in Parties stack, the 4 stack, put it in a palette and then added some extra shadows to it. I don't have any of the melt stacks. So for me, like I'm not going to be doubling up on anything. But I do think for those like diehard melt fans, I don't like how they keep taking the stacks and putting it in a palette, adding extra shadows. Just for those people that are diehard fans and have everything, they're going to be getting like half of these palettes are going to be double ups for those people, which I think is, I don't know, it's a bit shit of them to do that to their like diehard fans. Anyway, I'm going to jump on over to the Melt Instagram page because there are some swatches, and I think, you know, swatches is what we are all about. This palette is like my purple dream, but I don't know whether I love the Melt formula enough to buy this palette. That's why I'm on the fence, because I don't know, it's an all right formula. Is it the most amazing formula I've ever tried? Not really. So I don't know. I'm really on the fence with this one. I might wait until a sale to pick this one up because I don't know. I just don't want to pay full price. And if I am going to pick it up like straight away, I would much prefer to buy it through Beauty Bay than buy it from the Melt website. I don't know, I find Beauty Bay for us in Australia, it's a little bit easier to buy through them than the actual Melt website. They're just like international shipping stuff is, I don't know, a lot more reasonable in price, I think, and it's just easier. Just easier. And then if I want to buy anything else, I can buy from other brands while I'm at it. I've just got another page open with Beauty Bay just to see if it is up there yet. I don't think it is. Brands. They usually go to Beauty Bay a little bit later. Melt. I want Melt. Melt. Okay, my internet is very slow today. No, it doesn't look like it's up on the Beauty Bay website just yet. I wonder if they have any information on here about when it is coming to the Beauty Bay website. Okay, it says the 30th of June it's coming to Sephora, so I'm assuming that's probably when it's going to be coming to Beauty Bay. So, yeah. Not at Beauty Bay just yet, but I'm still on the fence. I'm not quite sure. I think the Melt palettes are a little bit overpriced for what they are, but I do really like it. It's like my purple dream, so you may see me buy this in the future, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. I think I'll definitely wait until it's on sale at this stage, because the normal, what are they? The normal size the other palettes through Beauty Bay are like £40, which is like $80, $90 Australian, which is pretty expensive for an 8-pan eyeshadow palette. So, yeah. What do you guys think of this palette? Would be nice in summer. It feels wrong looking at us. You have a very good point there, Carolyn. Carolyn says, it feels wrong looking at a slice of melon in the freezing cold here. Yeah, I think because Liner Lips has expanded into other countries, they really focus on like whatever's happening in the Northern Hemisphere nowadays. Was in stock last night, got an email. Sorry, that was on the Melt. Yeah, I think it definitely is still in stock on the Melt website, but just hasn't come to anywhere else just yet. Okay, we have some new products from Tony Moly. This is a collaboration with Tony Moly and the Minions. Looks pretty, but this one doesn't entice me. Oh, I thought you'd be all over it, Carolyn. I like the look of the Urban Decay one more. That's interesting that you say that, Stevie. Very interesting. Okay. So this collaboration with Minions, I love the Minions. I don't know what it is about the Minions, but I've always loved them. So this collection is just like, I'm all about it. I probably won't pick any of it up because, you know, I don't need it, but I just think it is absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Especially these, like, the little keychains and the lip balm. So we have a strawberry banana lip balm. I don't really like banana scented things, so that's probably the main reason why all of these, like the lip balm, the cleanser, the hand moisturizer, not really interested in it because of the banana strawberry scent. So we have the banana strawberry lip balm, which is this little guy here. Then we have some lip glosses. Where are the lip glosses? These ones here. And then we have the, what is it? The Peach Sugar Body Scrub, which is in the pot here. We have some sheet masks. We have a crap load of sheet masks. We have a eucalyptus calming night mask. We have the nourishing hand mask, which I think is in a packet like this. We have the hydrating banana foot mask, which I think is also in a packet like that. We have the eye patches. We have blemish patches. We have lip and eye makeup remover. We have, what else? Aromatherapy calming stick. There's a lot. Strawberry banana hand milk, the soothing aloe cleansing wipes, the banana foam cleanser, and the soothing aloe gel. So there's a lot in this collection. Very, very heavy. I don't know what word I was looking for then. A lot of mask type products. And then we have the hand creams. They've taken a lot of products in their line and just put the Minions face or logo on it. So anything that you already liked and you like Minions, you can get it in a Minion packet. I think it's really cute, but I'm a Minion person. Its richer purples are more enticing. Yes, I agree. I look forward to seeing Urban Decay in store, but I have brought Pat McGrath, so I think I will wait a bit. Yeah, I think that if you are interested in the Urban Decay one, I definitely think wait until the sales, because normally that kind of stuff goes on sale in the not so good, but you can get some good steals in the after Christmas Mecca, like Boxing Day sales. They don't have the best deals, but you know, you can get some good stuff. And I have a feeling that that Urban Decay palette will be in that sale. I've never tried Pat McGrath. I tend to not try many brands and just stick to the ones I know I like the formula. I kind of do that as well, Stevie. Like, I'm very cautious about, especially such high priced tag brands like Pat McGrath. I'm very cautious of trying them because I don't want to waste my money. So I'm always very cautious of trying higher price tagged brands. And that's why I haven't tried Pat McGrath yet, because I'm like, is it really worth that much money? I know a lot of people watching this will probably say that it is worth a lot of money, but it's still, you know, like over $200 in Australian dollars for a 10-pan eyeshadow palette is a lot of money. Okay, we have the latest addition to the minimalist line from LC Cosmetics. This is their special edition palette, introducing the special edition. This is a colorful palette. So we can see in the background here, it looks like what they already have in their range. And this is a 5-pan shimmer palette. I really don't like this. I think this is so stupid, especially when they say this is an addition to their minimalist line. I guess the packaging does look quite simplistic. The packaging looks minimalistic, but I just hate how they have these different size pans in here. And if you are trying to advertise this as a minimalist palette, I think that you should try and cram as much as you can in the one palette. Like, have smaller sizes, one single smaller size palette with as much as like you can in the palette, because for me, when I think about somebody being a minimalistic, they want like the most for their, like they want the least amount of products in their house or things in their house, but they want to be able to use those things for multiple purposes, or they want to like get the most for their money. Does that kind of make sense? But it's very, I don't get the big pans. Like if you are saying this is a minimalist palette, why do we have a massive pan of purple shimmer and a massive pan of pink shimmer? I don't get the massive pans and referring to this as a minimalist palette. I don't understand how this can be a minimalist palette. Even when you look at these ones at the back here, like this one here, I can kind of forgive a little bit more for having the bigger pans in the pinky colors, because you could use them as blushes. But like this one here, I don't understand why they are calling this a minimalist range when they have these massive pans in there. No one needs eyeshadow this big. And once again, if you are somebody that likes more of a minimalist look, you're probably not even going to go through these massive pans as well. I just think it's really stupid. That's me. I don't, same as what this lady says, all that wasted space, weird size pans does not equal minimalism. It just doesn't work. That was a splurge purchase for me. I would have to save up some dollars to get a Pat McGrath palette, but I hope you like it. I hope you're not disappointed. Every time somebody spends that kind of money, I'm like, oh, please don't be disappointed with it. I'm curious to see the comparison to Natasha Denona, but unless they bring out cheaper Pat McGrath palettes, I probably won't try them. Natasha Denona, I've got the all shimmer 10 pan and a few of the minis already. Yeah, Pat McGrath does have some cheaper palettes. They have like those 4-pan palettes and they have those 5-pan palettes, but still when you look at the price compared to what you get in the palette, they're still very expensive. The pink could be a blush topper, but the other colors don't make sense. Yeah, that's a good point, Stevie, that you could use that pink as a blush topper. I guess you could use all of them as a blush topper if you're into that. But yeah, the pink could definitely be a blush topper. I wonder if they have any swatches on their Instagram of this. Oh, here we go. Okay, please don't play. No, don't play. Okay, so we have the swatches here. So they don't even really look that great. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this packaging looks a little bit tacky, actually. The front of the palette, actually, I don't like that. Yeah, okay. I haven't really tried much from Elsie. Actually, I haven't tried anything. But I have heard good things about their foundation. But their eyeshadows, I haven't really heard much about, probably because people don't want to buy these awkward size pan palettes. It just upsets me. It upsets me when I see these different size pans. Don't like it. Okay. We spoke about the Drunk Elephant product last week, so we're not going to talk about it again. We have a new collection. I want to try, but hard to get here. Yeah, I don't know anywhere that stocks Elsie in Australia. Actually, I feel like I've seen them on a website in Australia, but I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was something like Beautylish or Beauty Bay or something that I saw them on. But yeah, I've definitely heard good things about the foundation, but I have no idea where to get them from other than buying them direct from the website. Anyway, we have a new collection with Morphe and Maddie Ziegler. For those of you that don't know, Maddie Ziegler is from Dance Moms, and she also is in a lot of the music videos for Sia. She's like the mini Sia. I really like Maddie. I'm like a Dance Moms fan, but I haven't watched it for years and years. Maddie was never really my favorite out of the show, but I love to see how she's like gone on to bigger and better things. I've been trying to figure out who she is. Yeah, so she was in Dance Moms. Like she was one of the first girls on the like, I think the first like season 1 to 4 or something, I think, of Dance Moms. And she is the girl that's always dancing around and sees video clips. So she's in, I think she's in Chandelier. She's in a lot of them. Like when the little girl is wearing the same wig that Sia wears, that's Maddie. Anyway, I don't mind this collection, I will say. I don't like how you get this in a set. So you get the 3 lip and cheek kits. So maybe they come individually. So you get the cheek product with the lip gloss in each of these colorways. I wish you could buy these separately because the glosses actually don't look too bad. I'm not the biggest fan of these cheek colors, but the glosses look quite nice. Now, the eyeshadow palette, I think, where did I see those swatch pictures? I think it was on Trend Mood. So we're going to be jumping around a little bit today because, you know, I just want to show you guys the swatches and all the information that I've found on these products. So we might be jumping backwards and forwards a little bit, unfortunately. Where are they? Okay, here we go. So this is these are the swatches of the eyeshadow palette. The swatches, I think, actually do this palette or show this palette really, really well. They do look like they might potentially be either photoshopped or swatched wet and swatched over the top. Just by like these few down here, they look like they've been swatched wet. But these colors here look quite nice and intense just based off the swatches. I don't know whether I really believe whether they're actually that good. But the colors, I like the color combinations that have been picked for this, like this 5 set here. Looks beautiful. There's Maddie. And do we have, no. So we have a Dew Bomb Face Gloss Stick. That's this one here. And then, as I just said, the lip products. I don't think that there are. I'm just trying to see if there's any swatches of the lip products and the cheek products. Okay, hang on, go back. So these look like they're more like a normal swatch on dry skin. They don't look as intense. So the other ones definitely look like they might be swatched wet. But I will say, even dry, they don't look too bad. And then, okay, so here we have glosses. So the glosses pretty much come off clear, all of them. And then here are the cheek tints. They look a bit chunky. This one here doesn't look too bad, but this one doesn't look the most appealing. And then, do we have anything for the gloss? Okay, so the gloss stick looks quite shimmery. So overall, I don't think this is a terrible collection. I think Maddie's actually done quite a good job on the collection. I think it's quite, I don't know, quite her, because I think she's still only, I think she might still only be like 16 or 17. So it's young, it's colorful. It has that split of neutrals and colorful, and you have those deeper colors. So yeah, I think it's an all right palette. I'm still not going to pick it up. Based on the reviews of the last palette that came out that had pastel-y colors, I think it was the one with, oh, I can't remember who it was a collaboration with. It was the pastel colored palette. That one got really bad reviews. So I'm still very wary when it comes to Morphe. This would have to be one that I would have to see in store and have a good old swatcheroo and see if I like it or not. That pink cheek looks chalky. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? When you see the swatch of the other two don't look too bad, but that pink one looks not appealing at all. It looks chalky. It looks like it's going to come up patchy and almost like chunk ball together on your skin. I don't want that. No, thank you. Okay, we're going to move back to beauty news. Pony, that's it. Thank you, Carolyn. Yes, the pastel palette with Pony didn't get very good reviews. It got pretty bad reviews, actually. Okay. This right here is a very interesting product. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. This is a new product from KVD Vegan Beauty. I can't remember what it, Kindness Vegan Discovery Vegan Beauty, something like that. We have the Shake Primer, a high impact eyeshadow primer. This is an invisible vegan eyeshadow primer for everyone. Formulated for all finishes, Shake Primer unlocks true color and extends wear in a first of its kind biphase liquid formula. While traditional cream eye primers muddy the color and aren't universal, Shake Primer is designed to give all eyeshadow colors, finishes, and formulas the true color payoff of wet brush application without glazing or ruining your shadows. The small but mighty bottle contains a concentrated elixir of only essential ingredients, so it's not weighed down by binders or fillers, and it's free of silicons, alcohol, and talc. One drop is all you need. I'm very intrigued by this product because I'm not quite sure what it is, firstly, and this blurb here like makes it sound like the most amazing eyeshadow primer that you've ever tried. So I'm kind of interested to feel the texture of this, see what it's like. I am wondering though, because it says it's a biphase product, whether it does have some oils in there. And I think if it does have oils in there, it's probably not going to be for those of you that have oily eyelids. And I don't know whether it's really going to do what it says it does if it is some kind of oil in there. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure about this biphase product, the fact that it's supposed to be an eyeshadow primer. I know they're tooting on about how it is not a cream product and that it's a universal color. Normally, people like to use cream type products because it does have that color in it, and it does it gives you kind of like a blank canvas. So if you have a lot of discoloration on your eyelids, if you have, like me, quite almost translucent type skin and you can see the veins underneath your eyelids, that's why people like to use a cream colored eyeshadow product, because it does block out that that discoloration, and it gives you like an even color, even playing field to start with for your eyeshadows. Carolyn says, I didn't think that a cream eyeshadow eye primer made shadows blend muddy. I think that's actually the shadows. Yeah, and I was just about to say that. I think it definitely depends on what type of cream eye primer you're using as well. Traditionally, I guess for me, I find that if I'm using a super creamy type of eyeshadow primer that doesn't set down, it can start to mix together. And I find I traditionally get that when I am using like a concealer as my eyeshadow base. Then they start to tend to mix with each other. And if you aren't setting your eyeshadow primer with like a, light colored eyeshadow, you can find that they start mixing together with each other. So I don't really 100% agree with their claim that, their blanket statement that says traditional eye primers muddy the color and aren't universal. That's a very blanket statement, and I don't agree with it. But I'll be interested to see what this is like. The fact, though, that it says that where does it say it? It goes on finishes and formulas the true color payoff of a wet brush application. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want every single eyeshadow that I'm putting on my eyes to come off as if my brush was wet. Like, I don't want my transition colors and stuff like that to come off as if I wet my brush. I want my foiled shadows to come off as if I wet my brush. I want my shimmer shadows and I want my like glitters and stuff like that to come off as if I wet my brush. But I don't want my transition colors or the colors that I'm using to blend any edges out with to come off as if I've wet my brush. I hope that makes sense, because like, you know, when you're blending an edge or blending something out into something else, you don't want it to look super harsh. Like the whole point of blending is to make it look like a seamless transition, not, I don't know, I feel like if every color that you put on your eyes looked like you had a wet brush, I feel like your edges are going to be really harsh and your eyeshadow will almost look a bit, you know, chunky. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know whether this is going to make it harder to blend, because anytime I've ever wet my my shadows, it has just purely been to almost like press the shadow on or like wipe it on my lid. Like I don't do any blending with it because it's not easy to blend a shadow once you wet it. I just use Shape Tape. Oh, Shape Tape. Shape Tape and I are not friends at the moment. I got the Hourglass one. I really like it. Yeah, I don't mind that Hourglass one, actually. My eyes are too old for Shape Tape. It really ages me further. Yeah, Shape Tape and I'm so determined to finish my Shape Tape, but it just makes me look, it makes me look so much older than I actually am. And it makes me really sad. Some days I have like the makeup days with Shape Tape. I've tried a few different ones. Smashbox lid primer, Fenty, Zoeva, none of them help my oily lids. Yeah, And I don't know how you'll go with this one as well, with the Biphase liquid formula. I don't know whether, I would be really, really interested to see some people try this that have oily eyelids. I've been advised to wipe my eyes with micellar water first to remove oils. That's a good tip, actually. That's a very good tip. When does this come out? So this is going to be $22 US, which is hella expensive. What that's going to be almost $50 for this. That's a lot of money for a primer. I've got the Canvas one, or whatever it's called, from Tarte too, and looking at P. Louise. Yet to find another concealer I like with coverage of Shape Tape. Yeah, it's if you are ever in, I think it's you, Stevie, that's like ages away from shops, but if you are ever in like in a city where there is a Mecca store, just go in and just ask for like a whole heap of samples, and that way you can give them all a try before buying like a full-size one. That's what I did when I was in Brisbane this week. I went in store and I was like, can I have a sample of this, this, and this, please? And they did their color matching and everything, and did a little pot up for me to try. So I've got a few things to try before I actually buy, which I like doing it that way instead of, spending lots of money and then getting disappointed. This product is not going, I will say one thing that I think is so stupid. The range of when this product is being released throughout the world varies from tomorrow right through to 2021. So this is going to be released across the world over the next 7-8 months, which I just think is the most stupidest thing. This right here just goes to show like how much that they just kind of really don't care. And I think it's really stupid because KVD Vegan Beauty is owned by Kendo, which owns Sephora. So why is it taking them so long to distribute it to their own stores throughout the world? I just think it's really stupid. So it's coming to Australia on September 10 online. And then, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, Poland, Scandinavia, Brazil in 2021. I always get nervous with how busy it is and forget to ask. Thinking of emailing. Yeah, well, that's one thing at the moment is it's not as busy as it normally is. One, because they're like limiting the amount of people in the stores and people just aren't going shopping. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, and people just aren't like I was in the Brisbane store and there was probably maybe 4 people in the store. Granted, it was like middle of the day, but there wasn't many people. Normally, it's absolutely packed. Hourglass and Pat McGrath concealers have very good reviews. Urban Decay Stay Naked also heard good things about. I'll have a look at them. The Hourglass I was looking at, but I have just never brought. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. It's expensive, so I haven't brought it yet either, but not many concealers work for me. It's hard to find a good concealer, particularly when, everyone's skin is so different. It's hard to find one that works well for your skin. We have some new products coming out from Nars. Now, this is going to be a Japan exclusive collection. This is called the Zen Collection. So we have 2 eyeshadow quads. Now, I believe the eyeshadow quads, the colors in here are brand new, but the lipsticks are re-promotes in new packaging, like new colored packaging. So the eyeshadow quads, to me, these are very Asian market type color stories, but they are really pretty. I will say, I'll give them that. They're very pretty, but they do look more on like the subtle side. So there's that. We can't really get this anyway, but I will say this color, Tulede, that's one of the colors that I'm currently trying to pan, and I actually really like it. It's a really nice formula. I think that these are their normal lipstick, not the Audacious formula. So just depends on if you like the Audacious formula or if you like their normal formula, because they're similar, but they are slightly different. I really like this white packaging. These Nars products I'm in love with. Yeah, they are. I really like the aesthetic of this white, but I know after a while the Nars packaging gets that weird, because it's that like soft matte packaging, it gets that weird kind of stickiness to it. And I don't know why, but some of my Nars products that have that like soft matte feeling, they've gotten that weird, I don't even know where it comes from, but it gets like this weird texture on it and it's really gross. So I'm wondering whether this would get the same thing. I don't know whether this is that soft matte packaging or whether it's just a clean like gloss on it. But it is white as well, so it's going to get very dirty. But it is nice. It's nice and sleek, but for makeup, it's going to get very dirty. I have temperamental skin, so I'm not really adventurous with my base products. That's fair enough. These Nars products are beautiful. Yes, they're so pretty. I love how Nars does the imprint in the bullet or on the bullet. Okay, I think we spoke about this a while ago, but it was just the picture. So we have more information about this. So this is going to be an extra dimension skin finish glow lighter. So this is like a multicolored highlighter. We can see it's swatched here. It looks quite nice in this photo, but I think in practice it wouldn't look really good. But this is going to be part of a limited edition collection. They're only releasing 1,000 units of this product. It's already sold out. I think it was only available in America or on the US website. MAC are going to be doing this limited edition small capsule style collection. It's part of their underground range, and they're only going to be releasing 1,000 of each product. And I think that this is ridiculous. I can almost guarantee that these are probably going to be coming out again at some point in the future. I just think the amount of money that they would have made off these wouldn't have really covered the cost of only making 1,000 of them. Because for those that don't know, like in makeup, the more you buy of something, well, it's just kind of general wholesale rule. The more you buy of something, the smaller or the lower the price per unit becomes. So if you are only buying 1,000 of one unit, so when I say unit, I mean like this little compact, if they're only buying 1,000 of those units, the price per unit is going to be higher than if they brought, say, 10,000 or 100,000 of these little compacts. In saying that though, I think that these compacts aren't like they aren't specific to this collection. I think that they may have already had these, you know, sitting in the back room ready for another collection. So they just utilize them for this. I don't know. I just think this 1,000 unit thing is stupid. And they potentially could have sold a lot more if they, I don't know, upped it to say 10,000, or I don't know. They're really banking on that exclusive like hype. Like the limited edition hype on this collection is real, and people are going to be going crazy trying to get the whole limited edition range. I think with these, they're going to be putting the number, but I think it's only going to be on the box. I don't think it's actually going to be on the product. So once you turf that box, your like 1 of 1,000 is going to be in the bin. So I don't know. I just think it's stupid. I'm not about this limited edition collection stuff, and I can almost guarantee that this is going to be coming out again at some point in the future in, say, a Christmas collection or something else, and people are going to be furious if they re-release this. There's going to be a massive, massive uproar if they re-release this at some point in the future in another collection. But I reckon they're just kind of, you know, doing some market research but making the customer pay for it, if that makes sense. So you pay for the product, and, you know, we'll get the feedback through people online, and then maybe, you know, release it in a bigger collection at some point in the future. All right. This isn't new, but I will mention it. The number 22 brush from Refa is currently in their concept store, so it is 50% off if any of you are interested. I think they have the 22 and the number 12 brush in their concept store at the moment, which means that the brushes are 50% off, and the 22 brush is like one of their most expensive brushes. It is like a huge bronzer brush. Well, you can use it for anything, but I use mine for bronzer. You can use it for bronzer, powder, blush, whatever you want to use it for, but it is a big brush. All right. Scott Barnes. I really like Scott Barnes. I think he's a great makeup artist, but he's coming out with some new lip products. So we have the Flossy Glossy lip gloss and the Lip Fetish mattes. So we have, how many are in each range? I don't want to count them. 8, 10, 12, 13 bubble. Oh, it says it right there. Oh my gosh. We have 13 shades in each. I could have just read it up there instead of counting them. They are, you know, typical gloss colors, typical matte colors. It looks like there's some that have like almost duochrome shifts in the glosses from what I can see here. And these matte colors, so it's like a liquid lipstick kind of formula. I don't know. It would just depend on what the formula is like. Me personally, I don't like a super drying matte liquid lipstick. My lips just can't handle it. Like mine are dry enough as it is without having something else that's just sucking out the moisture. And this arm looks this arm looks a little bit photoshopped. I don't know, it looks a little bit awkward. Yeah, I don't know. It just depends on what the formula is like. The colors, it's a good range. There's not much else I can say about it. I loathe Scott Barnes as a person. Never look at his stuff. Interesting. He does have I don't know what the right word is. He does have like an interesting personality and the way he like presents himself. They aren't available in Australia, are they? I'm not quite sure. I think, let's do a good old Google. Scott Barnes. I only know him through his videos with Tarte. Yeah, I think that's where most people, like, if you didn't know about him previously, I think he became known to a lot of people through his stuff with Tarte. I don't even know. That's like the first thing that comes up, all his Tarte stuff. I don't even know whether he ships to Australia. Probably not. Now that I say that, I think my friend has tried to buy some of his stuff and it didn't ship to Australia. Oh, it's got Australian dollars. Maybe he does ship. I really don't need any more lip products. Waiting for my Wayne Goss order. Last I heard it was in Sydney on Thursday. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. Girl, they better be like perfect because you've been waiting forever for them. Okay. $84 for a blush palette. Where is his? No, I don't want to join your mailing list. Shipping. Okay. International shipping, $15 flat rate. So it's not too bad, but, you know, not the cheapest international shipping I've seen. But compared to others, I wonder if it's... I mean, that's not too bad if you make a big order. $15 is not too bad, but it does work out to be like $30 Australian. My Pat McGrath palette hasn't left America yet. Oh, man. I would be so impatient with that stuff. In fairness, I think you've been waiting almost like over a month now, haven't you, Carolyn, for your lip products? We have a new product from Linda Halberty Cosmetics. This is their new Infinity Glam palette. Now, this really snuck up on me. I checked my emails one day and there was an email saying, you know, new release. And I hadn't even seen it on their Instagram yet. Granted, I haven't really been scrolling on Instagram all that much lately, but I hadn't seen it on Instagram. I hadn't seen it like sneak peeked anywhere through like Trend Mood or Beauty News. So it really took me by surprise. This has already launched and I'm thinking that it may possibly be already sold out because there are some diehard fans of Linda Halberty, but it's just a neutral palette with some shimmers in there. It's a very pretty palette and I think it complements the other Infinity palettes that they already have in the range, but not anything special, to be honest. And I will say palettes like this, Linda Halberty has a bad habit of doing these like giant pans. I would really like to see her bring out palettes with smaller pans and put more shadows in them or halve the size. So cut these down to the smaller size and, you know, make it half the size or a quarter of the size, or make the same size and put more shadows in it. I just think that they're too big. They're way too big. And like the Infinity palettes, I think someone is more likely to go through, but the like I have the Spectrum, is that what it's called? The Spectral palette, and the shadows are huge and you're never going to go through those shades. You might go through like the pinky ones, but the other ones you're never going to go through. Unless you're a makeup artist and you're using this like on every single client, even then it's going to take you a good while to get through the palette. But I think that there'll be a lot of people that will be buying this because they just love Linda Halberty. I think mine took about 10 days for a shipping advice and another 3 weeks to get here, fast in comparison to Beautylish. 2 months, almost 2, ordered when they released early May. That's crazy. Is that a face palette or an eyeshadow palette? Both. So it is, I guess, traditionally an eyeshadow palette, but I know basically everything in her lineup she uses multi-purpose. So you can use it as eyeshadow and blush and highlighter. And I think the original Infinity palette, Linda Halberty always uses it to do her eyebrows. Like she uses it all over her face. And I think that's one reason why they do the bigger pans, because they do promote the products to be multi-purpose. But I just don't think we need the pans to be this big. You can still fit a blush brush into an eyeshadow palette pan. That looks like a ton of blush, yeah. Eri Perez has 30% off in Australia. Interesting. I've never tried anything from them before. Okay. Next, we have a new collection from Nabla, and this is the Miami Lights collection. So in this collection, we have the glitter palette, which is this one here. We have the skin bronzing, skin glazing, which is this lot here. So the skin bronzing, these are these 4 pans, and then we have 2 new shades of the skin glazing. We have the Shine Theory lip gloss, and the Cupid's Arrow in black, which I think is one of their new, it's an eyeliner, but it can also be a lip liner. It's like a multi-purpose kind of lining type product. So these skin bronzing products, I think that these are going to be really popular because I know the skin glazing products are super popular. So I think that these are the first bronzing type products that Nabla have come out with in this formula. And then we have some new shades of the skin glazing. I wonder if we have some swatches. End of financial year sales everywhere. Yes, definitely. There's so many sales going on at the moment. This eyeshadow palette still gets me every time. No swatches. Oh, maybe, hang on. Let me check this one. Okay, we have some swatches on the eyes of the glitter, but no swatches of the other products, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that those skin glazing products are going to be super popular because the products they already have out in that range are already popular. They're starting to get me the end of financial year. Been avoiding so far, but willpower is slipping. Yeah, I've been avoiding them like the plague. Especially it's my husband's birthday on Tuesday, and I have been really bad this year. I actually need to go birthday present shopping today, so I've been avoiding buying things for myself because I need to buy things for him instead. I got to up my wife game and go get some birthday presents for him. We have some new products coming from Sigma, and this is some new Complexion Airbrushes. Now, these are 3 new duo fiber brushes. We have the contour blush duo fiber brush. We have the F80 Air Flat Kabuki, and we also have this one, which I can't quite see what it says. Tapered Buffer, I think it says. So these are a new duo fiber formula from what I can see in these brushes. They already have these shaped brushes in their range, but these are a luxe duo fiber brush. I really like Sigma brushes. The ones that I have in my collection, I've had for years and they're still going strong. They are a little bit more expensive than most kind of lower end synthetic type brushes, but I think that they're really good brushes. They wash up really well. They last pretty well. So if you do want to make the investment into like I guess it's kind of mid-range brush brand, I think that they're worth it. Makeup equals happy wife, happy life could be his present. Oh, yeah. It's funny that you say that because you probably would really care. Those brushes look great, but I feel guilty if I do that. I feel really guilty. We have some new products from Dominique Cosmetics. Now, this is the Ultra Fine Hydrating Fine Mist. There's one thing that I really wanted to point out about this Ultra Hydrating Fine Mist. This Ultra Hydrating Fine Mist is clinically proven to give 6,000% hydration after 30 days of use, thanks to the Saliporine 8 ingredient. I just don't understand how they test this? How do they grade that it's given 6,000% hydration? And like, are they spraying this on like a dried shriveled up grape or dried shriveled up sultana and it's turned back into a grape? Like, I just don't understand how they're testing that it has provided 6,000% hydration. I just think that's a really weird claim. It's also infused with willow bark to calm the skin and restore it to its natural pH. Perfect setting spray, or even to refresh your skin throughout the day. Then we have the Ultra Hydrating Complexion Primer. This is Ultra Hydrating Complexion Primer is like a drink of water for your skin, thanks to the infusion of hyaluronic acid and willow bark and 60% water. So you could just put water on your face and a little bit of hyaluronic acid and willow bark and you'll have the same formula. The unique texture transforms from a cream to water droplet on your complexion, immediately blurring over pores, boosting moisture levels and giving skin a fresh, dewy finish. Infused with vitamin E and hyaluronic acid to help the skin to retain moisture. So you're paying $28 for a bottle of 60% water. A bottle that is mostly water, you're paying $28 for. Or you can get the bundle with the bag, which is this thing here, for $52. I don't know, weird claims. That's a mouthful, yeah. That's another brand that's expensive to ship to Australia. Yeah, I've heard that. But you can get Dominique Cosmetics from, I think it's Beauty Bay. So if you are, it's a collaboration with JD Wadey 180. I don't know who JD Wadey is, but I'm assuming it's one of these two. I don't know. I don't watch Kristen Dominique or JD Wadey, so I don't know which one's which, but I'm assuming one of them's Kristen and one of them's JD Wadey. I have plenty of sprays and primers to go on the go at the moment. Yeah, I don't need any more, and I couldn't be bothered trying to get this to Australia as well to try it out. But 6,000% hydration. If you want that after 30 days of using this product, give it a try. if your skin is as dry as the Sahara Desert, this might help you. This might turn you from the Sahara Desert to the, I don't know, some tropical rainforest on your skin. Okay, new product from Fourth Grade Beauty. This is a bi-phase serum. This is the avocado and aloe double shot serum. It's supposed to give your skin a super shot of good for you greens. Powerhouse Serum does double duty, nourishing and replenishing skin with vitamin-rich phytonutrients. Avocado, aloe, and cucumber work in harmony, restoring and hydrating skin. Your skin will be all about these greens. So it's actually a triple shot serum because it's got cucumber in it as well. Cool. Yeah, you shake it, it mixes. You put it on your face. It's $14 US. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like that great of a serum, but I guess if you've ever found that your skin responds well to like cucumber, aloe vera, or I guess avocado oil, I guess this would be a good, more budget-friendly version. May as well just keep up our makeup points and go with Hourglass or Tarte. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of agree with you there. Speaking of setting sprays, every brand and, their dog or their sub-brand seems to be bringing out a setting spray at the moment, and Charlotte Tilbury is no exception. She is coming out with a new product in her Airbrush Flawless range. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Weightlessly primes and sets for up to 16 hours. I would like to put that to the test. 16 hours for the everyday. It's supposed to instantly lock in your look on the go with my travel size setting spray for makeup magic that looks just applied. So this is a travel? Wait, maybe this isn't new. This delicately scented, long-lasting, next-generation setting spray is a magical beauty amplifier inspired by the smoothing, pore blurring effects of my world-famous Airbrush makeup family. High-performance formula works in harmony with your complexion, perfecting foundation, concealer, bronzer, and powder to create a weightless veil of hydrating goodness and a flawless-looking look. Flawless-looking finish. No melting, no fading, no creasing. Okay. Setting spray to have a magic matrix of complexion-enhancing ingredients from smoothing aloe vera to hydrating Japanese green tea to aromatic resin. Okay. Delicate, uplifting, fresh floral scent. Okay, so it might be heavily scented. Hydrating and fixing. Okay. The ultimate airbrush makeup fix. So this is going to be $20 US. So like $40, $50. But it says up here about travel size. So I'm not quite sure what size this actually is. Let me see. Is it available? Available now. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury. I just want to see how big this product is, because if it's only quite a small bottle, then it's not a good price at all. I lost my Mecca position. Oh no! Now this could be nice, but I wanted to try the green one from Ari Perez next. My daughters have dropped down over ISO 2. I was 100 points off level 3, and now I'm level 1. Yes, I think it is new. She hasn't had that in her range before. Yeah, my Mecca status is maintained until December, so I have plenty of time to. Mind you, I don't think I'm going to maintain the level because I don't think I need to. But, go away. Sorry, I have all my pop-ups because I I like to save as much money as I can. So I use all the plugins to get cash back and get discounts and everything. So I've always got a lot of pop-ups when I open things up. Where is Magic Cream? No, go back. Mine was end of May, was 3 days late. Oh no, that's really annoying. Do they send you an email? I wonder, they should send you an email. Not that like we need any more motivation to spend money, but they should send an email saying, you know, your level's going to drop. Oh, now I've gone too far. This is annoying. So annoying. I tried using Shopback and got confused and haven't tried any others. I use Shopback all the time. I forget to use it a lot. I try and do most of my shopping on my laptops because I have the plugin. Is that the, no, that's not what we're looking for. I can't find it on the website. Yeah, I always forget because when you use it on your phone, you have to go through the app. So I always forget like what brands are on it and whatnot. But when I shop on my computer, because I have the plugin up here, that's this one up here, it like flashes, or when you go onto the website, it pops up and says like, you know, activate the cashback. And then it just goes into your account. Well, not into your account. It goes into your Shopback account, and then you have to put your details in and they deposit it back into your PayPal or your, I haven't actually got my cash back yet, but I've saved like, well, I've not saved, but I've made, I think like over $100 just by doing my normal shopping and using the plugin. And then I have Honey, but they always pop up when they have codes and stuff. So I have the Honey plugin, I have the Shopback plugin. Sometimes I think on my other laptop I have the frequent flyer plugin. So I try and, you know, get everything I can when I'm shopping. And I just try and use my laptop to do as much shopping as I can because it just pops up whenever I'm on the website. We spoke about this collection last week with Besame, so I'm not going to talk about it again because there's no swatches or anything. I don't think I got an email, but I check Mecca every Tuesday for the new stuff. Oh, that's too dangerous for me. I check sporadically the new stuff, but I don't look every week because that's just too dangerous. Mecca don't, but Sephora do. Click on the new tab at the top. Okay, let's check that. One day when I'm rolling in money, I'm going to do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury and see what I like. But that's a lot of money to do a full face of her products. New in? I think that's where I was before and I couldn't find it. She's adding a lot of products to her. Oh, okay. Carolyn has found it for me. You have to put your name down for the new release. $49 Australian for 100 mils. How much was the Hourglass one was 70 for let me Google it. Not Mecca. Hourglass setting spray. I put setting spray in the search field and found it. You're a genius. I didn't think of that. Yeah, this one. So it's 77 for, I don't know how much, I don't know how big this bottle is. I think it's 120 mil, 110 mil. I would grab it, but 120 mil. So yeah, I guess the Charlotte Tilbury one isn't that expensive then, because the Hourglass one is 77 Australian dollars for 120 mil. The Charlotte Tilbury one is $49 for 100 mils. So it's not too badly priced. Like when you compare it to another like high-end priced brand, it's not too badly priced. Okay. Moving on to a new collection from Tarte, we have 2 new sets of the Juicy Lip Gloss Trios. So these are like a balm type product in a Ultra Shine shades to click and tint. Okay, so it's like a clicky pen. I don't really like clicky pen type products, especially lip glosses, because you know if you click too much comes out, and you put too much on your lips, then you've got like excess product on the tip, and it gets like one big mess. So I don't really like click type products when it comes to makeup, because it's really easy to overdo it and it just turns into one big mess. Okay. This, I was kind of excited about this, but then I saw the swatches and I was really disappointed. Love Tarte, but these I don't really see why when they've got lip quench. Yeah, that's really good point. Kind of doubling up on products in their range. I'm getting close to being able to do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, I'm a little bit jealous. So these are some new eyeshadows in the Makeup Geek range. Their new soft focus eyeshadow range. These are all, I guess, pastels, you'd say. The swatches are underwhelming, I will say. They're really quite underwhelming. Some of them, like Peach Smoothie, I believe was already a color in their range. I think Bellini may have been as well. But, you know, they've just recently switched from their round pans to their square pans. So I guess that they are still kind of bringing back some of their old ones in square pans. But, yeah, they're underwhelming. These swatches, I'm very underwhelmed. I got a little bit excited when I saw they were coming out with, you know, new colors, different colors, like pastel type eyeshadow colors. But, yeah, not impressed. Let me show you, because there was some more swatches on the Indie Makeup Spotlight page, and they were a bit worse, I think. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, not that one. These ones. These are the swatches that I saw, and I was like, oh, yeah, these are the swatches. I'm not really impressed. Not impressed. This is supposed to be mint, and it looks like mustard khaki here. It's probably a little bit of the lighting playing a factor in not making them look good, but not impressed. Not impressed. Where did we get up to last week? Okay, let's talk about this one. Okay, a new brand that I haven't heard of before. This is actually the first palette from this brand, and this is called Mayali Beauty, and this is the Yasmin palette. I actually really quite like the outer packaging on this palette. It's very pretty. Wait. Hang on. Okay, hang on. I've just got to do some investigating. This looks like it might be Blush Tribe rebranded. Okay, this looks like Blush Tribe rebranded. Hang on. I'm just... Okay, this is definitely... because I've never actually followed this brand. So I think it's true that this used to be a Blush Tribe and now it's called Mayali Beauty. And they've brought out some new palettes. I don't know how I feel about this because they did this massive thing where they were closing down and got lots of, I don't know, they did a massive like closing down sale and said that they were shutting their business, but they're technically, I guess they have kind of closed their business, but they've changed their name, and they were saying that they were going to be, I think they said somewhere that they were going to be starting a new business, and people were asking what it was going to be, and they said that it might not necessarily be makeup or something like that. Turns out it's makeup. It's like the same thing, but just a different name. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I know that the brand owner got a lot of flack about a few different things and wasn't getting the best publicity. So maybe that's why they've rebranded. But at the same time, like, brand owner is still a brand owner. Like, no matter what brand name you fall under, you're still going to have the same like personality and like customer traits, like, if that makes sense. I don't know. Hopefully she does better. I'm getting... I just want to try the Airbrush filter from Charlotte Tilbury. Yes, the powder sounds so good. Are we back? Maybe it's just my end. I lost you for a minute. I don't know. Are we back? Did we have problems? Everything looks good for me. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like everything's on for me. So hopefully nothing's going wrong. All good? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about it was a bit shady how they decided to close and then they've reopened and renamed their Instagram brand, and I don't know. The new palette from Shay J Cosmetics. This is the Van Life palette. I don't know. I don't have much to say. It's not really jumping out at me. This brown here doesn't look the best. The neons look a bit patchy, a bit chalky. The orange and the blue, I think, are the best ones in the palette. I just like when people do that. It makes you wonder why they've done it and if they are honest. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's kind of like, why did you change the name of the brand? What are you trying to hide? Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little bit sus. I don't know. It's a bit strange. I am so excited for this. I am so excited for this. This is a new color coming out from the M Cosmetics Color Drops Serum Blushes. I promise you, I'm going to try this brand at some point this year. This color looks beautiful. This color looks so beautiful. Yeah, this color looks beautiful, and I've heard really good things about these blushes. Heard good things about these blushes. Legit thought it was a nail polish. You make a good point. It does kind of look like a nail polish, but no, it's a blush. It's a liquid blush. It's quite like I think they're quite fluidy, and that's why they've put them in this kind of bottle, because this is one of those little, like, you push the top in and it draws the product up into the little dropper. But it definitely does look like it definitely looks like some nail polishes that I've seen on the market. I'd like it as a nail polish too. Yeah, it would be a beautiful nail polish color, definitely. Okay. We have some new products from Alamar Cosmetics. This is the Birthday Suit Liner and Lip Gloss. They are available now. You can get the lip gloss for $15, the lip liner for $12, or you can get both for $24. So you get a little saving, a couple of dollars if you buy them both together. This lip liner actually looks really nice. I'm not a fan. I'm not a pink fan, but I love the packaging. But since it's a blush, yeah, this lip liner looks right up my alley. It looks like my perfect, like, nude color. I've never tried anything from Alamar Cosmetics, but I've heard really good things. I don't know whether you can get them anywhere other than their website for us Aussies. And I'm not sure if they ship internationally, but I've heard really good things about their eyeshadows, their blushes. I don't know whether they have had lip products before or whether these are their first ones, but they look really nice. I really like this packaging as well. I like how the outside of the packaging is like the same color as what's inside. Lip liner, it makes it a lot easier to find the one you're looking for. Actually, let's do no, I'll do it on this screen because Alamar. No, it looks like they're only stocked on their own website, and I'm wondering whether they ship internationally. Oh, actually, they have more lip liners. They actually look really nice. Do we have search shipping? I think it's going to be a case of it's based on like the amount that you have in your cart, not like a flat rate. Oh, wait, no, they don't ship internationally at the moment. Well, that sucks. They don't ship internationally. I'm into lip liners. Hopefully we'll be able to report on Wine Cos ones for you next Sunday. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I was so keen to get some Kat Von D lip liners in the Sephora sale, and hardly any are on sale. I hate it when Sephora Australia puts things on sale and it was only like certain colors, not like the whole range. That drives me crazy when they have their sales. We have some new liquid lipstick colors coming out from Menagerie Cosmetics, and these colors actually look really nice. I like all of them. It would just depend on the formula, whether they are like super drying or whether they're just a comfortable formula. But I think all of these colors are beautiful. One thing I will say about Menagerie Cosmetics is their international shipping is insane. So I hope one day they are able to, you know, negotiate better shipping rates or different things like that, just so more international people can buy from them. Like, I don't think it's fair that the indie brand should have to cover the shipping costs, but at the same time, for people internationally, it does really rack up and make the price of the products a lot more expensive. So it's kind of like, it's a fine line. Like, I don't think that they should have to foot the bill, but at the same time, if they do want to get that international market, sometimes they need to, like, you know, cover some of the cost to entice more people to buy. Because I know a lot of people really want to try the brand, but it costs a fortune. I think Menagerie Cosmetics is one of the highest international shipping that I've seen. It's like $60. It would be great if they could get on with an Australian stockist, and that as well. I think at the moment, though, their problem is that they just aren't able to produce enough product. I think the amount of sales that they make on their website, they're just able to, like, meet that demand. If they were able to get with an international stockist, that would be amazing. Even like Glam is pretty good from what I see. They do a lot of stocking of indie brands. Yeah, so if they could get on with someone, or even some other kind of international stockists that are able to cover the costs a bit more. I think Glam is a little bit more reasonable when it comes to shipping internationally. So yeah, even if they found someone like Glam or some other kind of indie brand stockist that it's a bit cheaper to ship internationally through, that might be a better way for them to go. Oz just needs more beauty brands. I agree with you 100%, but I think it's hard for Aussies because I don't think there's that many places in Australia to manufacture beauty products. I think that might be why we don't have that many Aussie brands. But there are like indie brands that do it themselves. But if you want to do it like on a global scale or like on a big scale, I don't think there's that many places that manufacture beauty products in Australia. You'd have to like go overseas and ship it into Australia and then ship it out. Okay. I'm not going to talk about this because it's black and white. We'll talk about this one. So this is a new shade coming out from Beauty Bar Baby. The brand name gets me every time. But this is like a purple duochrome shade. It's launching this Saturday, so it's probably coming out, or it's already out or coming out in the next couple of hours. It's a pretty color. I don't need to buy it though. Then we have, we've already spoken about that palette. We have, we've already spoken about them as well. We have a new shade coming from Divina Cosmetics. This is Moonlit. It is a silver color. It is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Have any of you tried any eyeshadows from Divina Cosmetics? I personally haven't. I just haven't, made the purchase. But I know there's a lot of indie makeup reviewers on YouTube that speak very highly of them. This is a new palette coming from Alien Cosmetics. This is the Fairy Frolic palette. Not the best photo of the palette. I'd like to see some swatches. I don't know whether these, I don't know. I like these ones, this greeny color and this purple. This mossy green's nice. I could probably leave this one, and then maybe some lighter transitions I'd like to see in there. I don't really see fairies when I look at this though. I don't think we need a black in there. I don't see fairies. I'd like to see maybe like a light like pearl multi-chrome or like duochrome in there. I think that would be nice. More like pearl duochromes, I think, would remind me more of fairies than these ones. More like iridescent colors, like iridescent chameleon kind of colors. I think that they would remind me more of fairies than these colors. And these deeper colors definitely don't remind me of fairies. I think that they would, I think that it would be better if it was like pastels than these ones. I think that would remind me more of fairies than these. Looks like a random colored Colourpop palette. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Doesn't remind me of fairies. Sounds like you need the Urban Decay Violet palette. Oh, I'm going to swatch that palette for sure, but I don't think I need to buy it because I have so many purple palettes in my collection. Oh, and the Lethal Cosmetics After Dark collection is now live on their page. This palette is beautiful. Very beautiful. Oh, you can buy them in a bundle. Interesting. I'm going to buy some more stuff from Lethal Cosmetics in their next sale because I really like the eyeshadows that I have from Lethal Cosmetics. I've done a video on the eyeshadows that I have from Lethal Cosmetics, but I don't think I've posted it yet. I need to go back and look at my videos and see. I have so many videos that I haven't posted yet that I really need to edit and upload, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It has that duochrome that you just spoke of. Yeah, I think that the Urban Decay Violet palette represents fairies better than that palette does, better than the Alien one does. I just don't see fairies when I look at it. I see more like, I don't know, like Whomping Willows or something. I don't know. Definitely will be checking it out when it comes to Mecca. Get over, Tina. We want to see your videos. Oh, it just takes me so long to edit like videos with looks, so I just avoid them. You should see my library on my computer that I edit on. It's getting out of control. I have so many videos, and then it gets to the point where I'm like, are they even relevant anymore? So I'll have to edit them and add them into my like weekly schedule as just like bonus videos for you guys. I will get around to it one day, just maybe not anytime soon. Let me get rid of that one. I'll be getting the Urban Decay one ASAP and the Heat palette. The Urban Decay one, that was it? It was sometime in July it was coming to Mecca, wasn't it? Or was it 30 June? I can't remember. We only spoke about it. A lot has happened in a week. Let me check the post again. Where is it? Australia. Oh, 1st of July online. This week, I think. Yeah, so Wednesday's the 1st of July. I didn't like the Heat. I'm not a huge fan of that color story. Yeah, I didn't buy the Heat because I'm not a huge like warm tone lover. Like I have enough in my collection as it is. I only have Naked 3. I have Naked 3 and I don't really like it. I prefer purple tones over the pink tones. So I barely use Naked. Actually, to be honest, I have Naked 1, 2, and 3 and I barely use them. So that's another reason why I'm kind of like, do I really need the ultraviolet? Because I barely use the Urban Decay palettes that I have. I've been trying to talk myself out of the Heat since it came out, but if I get the purple, I'll get the Heat. Fair enough. I'm pink and purple. Yeah, I barely use any of my Urban Decay palettes, or the Naked palettes at least. Even my other palettes. I don't even think I'm trying to think of what other Urban Decay palettes I have. I think it's just the Naked ones. Oh, I think I have the Kristen Leanne palette too. But I barely use any of them. I just don't grab for them. And I find my problem with the Naked palettes is I just feel like there's not enough mattes in there. My Urban Decay Back Talk palette is one of my favorites. Yeah, I heard good things about that palette, but I never picked it up. Probably be the only palette that I would use a fair bit out of their lineup. I feel like Urban Decay's really just like lost the plot, in my opinion. They've just haven't. I've not shopped at Mecca a whole lot because Sephora has Afterpay, so now they have Afterpay. I blew my budget at Mecca when I was there this week. So yeah, I'm still shopping at Mecca. I'm waiting until the 1st of July for my my budget to reset because I blew it all. I have the Kristen Leanne collection. I have never used the bigger palette because I love it. I actually really like that palette. I just haven't used it in ages. I think the colors in there are really nice. Like the shimmers in that Kristen Leanne palette, I think they're some of the best Urban Decay shadows that Urban Decay have done. I avoid Afterpay. I am the same. I avoid Afterpay. I was actually considering just recently doing Afterpay, but I feel like I'm going to get myself into too much trouble if I start Afterpay. It's going to be a slippery slope. I think Afterpay can be good if you use it properly. I don't have the chance to buy anything without it. I just set myself a fortnightly limit. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. My eldest daughter got herself into trouble with it. It's taken her ages to learn to budget. Yeah, I think if you're not if you're not strict and not that way inclined, it can get you into a lot of trouble. But I think for people that have inconsistent incomes or get paid like monthly or fortnightly, I think it can be good. I think it could be a good tool to teach you how to budget if you do it properly. But if you just let yourself go ham, it can get you into a lot of trouble. I won't go over $200 a fortnight limit. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I think if you use it, if it's used properly, it can actually help teach you budget. But you've got to be pretty strict. I think it's good for people that get paid like sporadically or get paid monthly or anything like that because you can set it to do your payment like monthly, fortnightly, whatever, and it just comes out whenever you get paid. But I've never done it. I've never actually afterpaid, so I don't even know how to use it or how to check out with it. Yeah. But it's good that a lot of websites offer it nowadays. I think it's a good tool if I'm only on a pension, so I've got to be careful and don't have the chance to buy luxuries without Afterpay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's why I think it's a good tool. And you can like do your payments for when you get your money, like your pay or anything like that. I think that's a good way. A good thing about it is you can set up your payments to come out when you get your money. Every second Monday. Alrighty. I think, hang on. Whoop. I think that might be about it because we've been here for a little while. We've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. It's been a long one this week. We spoke about a lot of stuff. Still a bit, there's a few things that popped up over this week that piqued my interest, but still nothing that is okay. We're back. I don't know what happened there, but my computer just decided to close everything. So yeah, that was fun. And then my computer didn't want to reopen my browser, so I was panicking there for a little bit. Anyway, what are you guys saying? How's your week been, Bettina? My week, great. I've finished my last assignment. I handed my last assignment in this week, so I just feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Just curious, have you ever purchased off Zoeva direct? No, I haven't. I've only purchased Zoeva through Sephora and I think Beauty Bay or something like that. So I haven't ever purchased through them direct. I'm looking at Sephora, but the direct site has more. There were some palettes on sale at Sephora. I may just buy the Sephora ones. I just seen Zoeva have the complete kit on their website. Their brushes are nice. I've just brought $240 worth of Morphe brushes. Holy moly. That's a lot of brushes. I hope they're good. I've heard really mixed things about Morphe brushes, so I've never really been brave enough to buy any of them. So you'll have to let me know how they go. Yes, that was the 2 Jaclyn Hill brush sets. I did hear good things about the Jaclyn Hill collections of brushes, but never got them. Yeah, they're the brushes that I have heard have been pretty good. So I hope they're really good. I hope you like them. I have a few brushes from Zoeva. I don't have like a lot, but the brushes that I do have from them, I really like. Yeah, you'll definitely have to let us know what you think of the brush set, Stevie, when you get it. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. It worked out for the 2 sets, the same price as 1 large set, so I grabbed them. Haven't used them yet. Oh, I can understand why you got the 2 then, if it was the same as 1 large. I'm at the point now where I just buy like individual brushes because I have so many brushes that I just kind of pick and choose like what I want now. They look really good though. Yeah, I've heard pretty good things about that particular set. Other ones, not so much, but that particular set I've heard good things about. Cool bananas. Say nearly 40 brushes. I've never had a full brush set, only Tarte ones. That's a lot of brushes. Mind you, in saying that though, I probably have more than that. I love buying brushes, so I'm always like on the hunt for new ones. Nearly 40 brushes. That's a lot. It's a lot at once. I really want to try the more of the Wayne Goss ones and the Sonia G ones, and yeah, but they're super expensive. But I love like Japanese brushes are like the bomb, but they are so expensive. But they're just beautiful on the face, so beautiful. I'm going to separate and put some in my kit and some in my personal. Yeah, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I put some of the brushes that I don't use because I have certain brushes, this is probably going to sound a little bit weird, but I have certain brushes that I like to use on myself, but I don't like to use on myself, and I like to use on other people. I just think doing makeup on someone else is a totally different ball game because you're coming at them from a different angle and different things like that. And there's brushes that I can't stand using on myself, but I love how they work on other people, like when I'm using them on other people. So I transfer them from my personal kit to my makeup kit. And yeah, they work really well on other people. They did a 50% off. That's what I got them. Oh, 50% off, such a good deal. I wish Mecca did that. Could you imagine? That'd be the day. I believe Jacqueline spent 3 years making those brushes. I'm on the hunt for the perfect eye brush, so I thought, why not? Yeah, I'm always on the hunt for the perfect eye brush. Eye brush, I feel like face brushes, I'm good. I'm good as gold with face brushes. And for me, it doesn't really take much to have a good face brush, in my opinion. Like powder brush, blush brush, bronzer brush, I can pretty much use anything. But when it comes to eye brushes, especially the feeling, like really scratchy eye brushes on my eyes in particular, like I don't like the feeling and my eyes get a bit irritated from really scratchy eye brushes. So like the perfect brush shape and the perfect brush feeling, like I'm always on the hunt for that. It's just like the whole experience. And eye makeup is my favorite thing to do. So, you know, I just want brushes to make it perfect. Face brushes, I like the Manicure Glam ones, but my eyes are super sensitive and weird shaped, so I'm particular. Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. I like smaller, like more detailed brushes, and I feel like they're more easy to use on more people than like really large brushes. I've never tried the Manicure brushes, but like I said, I don't need any more face brushes, so it has to be pretty special and spectacular for me to buy another face brush. That's why I don't buy brush kits anymore, because I already have too many face brushes, so I just get eye brushes. Small pencil brushes are my favorite. Oh, I love a good pencil brush. Love a good pencil brush. My favorite kind of brush is probably like kind of like a tapered blending brush. I really like brushes like that. I love them. I got 2 foundation brushes and 2 cheek brushes and all the eye ones. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've always just kind of walked past those brushes. I've never really stopped to actually look at them. I'll have to investigate. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to, we always like talk about brushes, so I'm gonna have to do a brush video at some point. I promise I will do one at some point, but I just gotta clean all my brushes first and separate them out and find all the details about, because some of my brushes actually don't have the type of brush they are, so I have to do some investigating, particularly like my Haku Hodo ones. They don't have like what specific brush they are on them. Some of them do, some of them don't, which is really annoying. So I'd have to go on their website and try and figure out what brushes are what before I sit down and do that video. You get to see the inside of my brush collection. That's a bit scary. Be like, you have a problem. All right. I'm going to go now. We've been here for almost 2 hours. And like I said earlier, I need to go do some birthday shopping. So I'm going to go now, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. If you're watching this on the replay, hope you have a fantastic week. Let me know down in the comments box, if you are watching the replay, your thoughts on all the stuff that we discussed today, whether you're going to be picking any of the bits and pieces up that we spoke about. If you are here or you're watching the replay, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you do want to join us live one day and you want to get notified and all that jazz, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notified and the thing will pop up in your subscription feed and let you know when we're going to be going live. But it is always 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. Same time, same place, every Sunday. We are here, we are chatting, so come and join us. Can you imagine if Mecca ever did a big sale? Price line have sales at the moment. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing if Mecca did do a sale. Even if they only did like 10-15% off, that would be amazing. I reckon they would almost sell out if they had a sale. Mecca needs a sale. Yeah, they've started doing sales, but they're not the best. Have a good week, everyone. Have an amazing week. Stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure you look after yourself. And I will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.